I'm Natalie Kunsman, MD, and today we are going to talk about vitamin C. Since I've moved to Colorado from the East Coast, I've had way too many people tell me from Colorado that you will miss the water. No one can elucidate why, but they say it from experience. So why is that? Why do we miss the water? Well, it's estimated that 80% of the world's population lives within 60 miles of the coastline of an ocean, a lake, or a river. And over 500 million people owe their livelihoods directly to water, and 2/3 of the global economy is derived from activities that involve the water in some form or another. Now, interestingly, as a reminder, we have gill slits as fetuses to negotiate the saline environment in utero. We also know that instinctively water makes us happier and healthier, but why? Well, there is a project called Blue Gym, and they have found that people who live near the coasts are indeed generally healthier and happier. So the sound, the feel, the sight, and the smell of water calms. Your skin can produce a great deal of vitamin D when exposed to the sun. And most of us will be exposed to the sun when we are about and around water sources. Any acne, scrapes, cuts, sores, or open wounds, and even internal inflammation is likely to heal much more quickly in the ocean since salt water is antibacterial. Now, the sea air helps your body absorb oxygen, combat free radicals, and improve alertness. Now, there are negative ions when you smell the ocean mist. So an oxygen ion has an electron attached to it produced via water molecules, and that's in the ocean air, and that can actually calm your brain. Negative ions also balance serotonin levels, which is a body chemical that's attributed to our stress and our mood regulation. Water tends to draw the soul and body toward it, relieving much of our daily stress. And this has been nicknamed Blue Mind. It has also been called the Om factor. Living near beach communities makes us very soothed and relaxed. To that note, swimming in the seawater infuses a lot of magnesium in addition to the minimal resistance movement that is beneficial to our muscles. Even walking in the sand barefoot helps with the grounding and the connections of the vibratory patterns of the earth, and we talked about that with Kunsman residents. Now, near these beach communities, they make us much more physically active. So walking in the sand and the ground near the water makes us want to do more of it. Living near the water will relax and reduce the stress in your life, and then your immune system will follow suit. So living near the water also creates a lot of soothing sounds that come to our mind. A wave will crest and arrives at the shore on average about every 10 seconds, so the frequency of that is 0.1 hertz. Our body are also vibrational vessels, and different sectors of the body have different resonant frequencies. The resonance of the waveforms are considered vibrational nutrients in music and sound, and we need them for our survival. as a quick reminder, the delta waves are those waves that happen in a deep sleep and in a coma state. And these are the slowest waveforms in the brain. And the ocean water waveforms are even slower than that, creating even more Back to the other benefits of the sea. It is charged with those healthy negative ions that helps our body's capacity to absorb more oxygen. And in the use of modern technology such as laptops and gadgets and microwaves, that exposes us to unhealthy free radicals, which will erode our body's energy. But when we are by the sea, we feel energized and relaxed because we are getting rid of some of that free radical ionization. Now, in 1897, there was a French doctor named René Quintin, and he discovered that the seawater is almost identical to our plasma. It's almost 98% identical to the plasma, which is the blood, what carries our blood. Now, our blood has an extra molecule of iron, whereas the seawater will swap that out for an extra molecule of magnesium. And apart from that, it's all but identical. So when we are immersed in warm seawater, the body absorbs those minerals it needs through the skin. Now, among many of those minerals found in the sea is also iodine, which helps the body fight infection while also boosting thyroid function. So seawater also will help improve the elasticity of the skin and improve circulation, which also helps carry the blood to all the vital organs. Now, there is something called thalassotherapy, and that is a term that means it is a therapeutic use of seawater, its climate, the marine products like algae, seaweed, and alluvial mud. And a lot of therapists found around the world that encouraging seawater as an alternative medicine therapy to treat eczema and psoriasis, joint problems, poor circulation, and immobility, as well as post-op conditions. So, swimming in the sea also impacts the muscles and the nerve cells, and it increases the blood circulation to boost the emotional health. Oceans can bring a mental shift in the way that we perceive our lives. So it will teach us about calmness, depth, intensity, harmony, and open-mindedness. As a reminder, 60 to 70% of our human body is water itself. Now, in order to create a platform of continued healthy resonance in the body, we would need to drink a lot of water. And drinking filtered water and immersing yourself in clean, healthy water as much as you can. Because again, the water can carry messages of health through the skin barriers into the cells, but also to the thoughts and feelings. Breathing at the rate of the waves can be very meditative. Now, the Aboriginal people of Australia are the first known culture to heal with sound and sound waves. The Egyptians and Babylonian cultures used drums and rattles, two of the earliest known musical instruments, and those low frequency sounds from the drums and the ultrasound created by the rattles are both known to accelerate healing. Plus, those Egyptians also used the salt water and the salt extracts taken from the Nile to treat skin, and they also used it for enemas for colonic issues. So we have learned some of this information from research of the pyramids, and it has provided strong evidence that the Egyptians designed their chapels and burial chambers to be reverberant in order to enhance the ritualistic chant. They also harnessed the water energy of the Nile with their quartz to bring the energy into the chambers. So back to our budding research into the health effects of the water at the sea and other bodies of water. Research, which is involving tools such as EEGs, MRIs, and functional MRIs, are uncovering remarkable truths about water's incredible, powerful, and startling profound effects on our bodies and our souls. We actually have improved performance in a wide variety of fields. And one of the namely ones, again, is back to the increased calmness and diminished anxiety, which is better than any medication that we can ingest. And that will help to amplify creativity, artistic and otherwise. It will increase our generosity and compassion. It actually increases professional success. It helps to build our overall sense of oneness and wellness with the earth. It can help us reconnect to the natural world, but also one another. So let's keep it simple. If you live in a place that is what might be considered landlocked, where I am currently in Colorado, there are many ways to connect with water. So let's keep it simple. You can take a bath. You can drink some very good water. You can get some delta waves from music that has water sounds. You can fish on the land or on a boat. You could swim. You could surf. You could get a bird bath and watch the birds in the water. You can look at or visit an aquarium. Please subscribe to my channel below. Give me any of your thoughts about any time or place when you were at a water source and the vivid memories that it gave you. Until we meet again, be well.